Hello, hello. Welcome, NFA Tribe. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientos, the host of the Max Potential Habits podcast, the place for you to learn tips, tools, and strategies to optimize your habits so you can lead a thriving life and business. Welcome. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 tips to help you overcome your fears. I know that we all live in a place of having momentary lapses of fear that hold us back, keep us playing small, keep us stuck, and I am not immune to this. This happens to me all the time. I just returned from 13 days straight with my main mentor, Dr. John Demartini. I got to go to a 10-day almost 150-hour course where we learned about human development, human consciousness, the evolution of religion, and the ologies and the ways that we can optimize and feel a sense. Really, my biggest takeaway was feel a sense of love. And for me, I realized there's nothing to be afraid of ever, because in some ways we are really insignificant if you think about the grand scheme of the universe, and at the same time we are so significant. Everything that we do to serve other people matters, and I got to walk away with this deep sense of love and inspiration for serving other people. I'm so glad you're here. I feel grateful that if you're listening to this, there's a reason. You were called to work with me, to know me, to be involved in this community. So seriously, thank you. It means the world to me. I love teaching. I love learning. I love sharing what I'm learning with the people who are drawn to me. So we're meant to be together on this journey of growth to fulfill our maximum potential, which to me is helping expand consciousness and awareness so that we can all jive together and feel alive and vibrant and just really feel like we have meaning and purpose in this life. And something that I think really holds us back can be fear. Now, fear is there's 2 types of fear. Fear of the gain of something that you resent, or the fear of attracting something that so fear is the fear of gaining something that you resent, or the fear of losing something that you are infatuated with. So we always live on these 2 polars where when we're in balance and we love something, we actually get to love all sides. We're not infatuated and we're not resentful. When we're in balance, that's a state of love, which is the synthesis and synchronicity of complementary opposites. That means you're embracing all sides. And this is what John Demartini teaches, Dr. John Demartini, who's my main mentor. This is what I learned over the last 13 days where I got to go to the course, facilitate. I got to do an interview on my birthday with him, which will be released on Monday, so you'll get to see that soon. And that is his definition of love. And I appreciate and value this definition because it takes into account us not avoiding and pushing away, not us comparing ourselves to other people and thinking we want to be like them, because we all have every trait. So when you actually are in a state of love, you recognize and embrace all sides. When we're in a state of fear, it's because we're in a state of avoidance, resistance, or trying to grasp onto and be out of alignment. So for me, fear is a feedback system letting you know that you're out of alignment. So for all of you listening, if you're in a state of fear, let's say it's in your business, it could be in your relationships, it could be there's so many different ways that fears show up. I want you to really listen today and get out a pen and paper and write these down. And this is what came to me. Usually I do a little meditation before I do these videos, and I just ask the universe, what do I need to share with my NFA tribe today? And this is what came to me. So number 1, do what inspires you. When you're living your vision, your purpose, your mission, you're not afraid. And of course, moments of fear will come in, but you're not ultimately afraid because you're doing you. You're not comparing yourself to other people. You're not thinking you're less than or more than. You're not in a state of pride or guilt. You are doing what inspires you. And I think it's really important to constantly be thinking about the balance of narcissistic and altruistic service. So you're not overgiving and undervaluing yourself, and you're not undergiving and overvaluing yourself. This is the pole of altruism and narcissism. When you're balanced in the middle, you are serving people people and being handsomely paid to do it. This means you get to do what you love every day. And that could be in your family, in your business, anywhere where you're showing up and giving service every day. It's going to look different for everybody. Of course, most people here are in business, so I usually direct it toward that. But you want to do what inspires you, and you'll know you're inspired when you wake up in the morning intrinsically inspired to do it. It's not extrinsically motivated, you're intrinsically inspired to take action, to serve, and show up and do your work. That is powerful. So that's number one. That's one way to overcome fears, is to do what inspires you. Number two, I want you to ask yourself every day, does this bring me joy? It's a really powerful question, and it seems really simple, but I've noticed in my own business lately, I've had moments where I'm not feeling inspired and I'm not feeling a sense of joy, and I stop and I ask, why am I doing this? And what usually comes in is that I'm trying to prove myself, and I'm comparing myself to other people who are way ahead of me in the game. So I'll give you a really specific example. I just started coaching in September of 2018. I was also teaching part-time at the University of Colorado in the honors program. I was teaching sex, gender, and society, so I was only part-time coaching. So I didn't start full-time coaching until January. And, I've created a six-figure business in that amount of time, and I'm constantly still comparing myself to other people. I'm like, but I should be here and I should be there. And I, this week that I spent with my mentor, I'm like, he's been doing this business for 46 years, and yet I expect myself to be closer to where he's at. That's ridiculous. And it's weird how I get stuck in those traps, and I know that we all do. So I want you to ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Am I comparing myself to other people? So really start asking yourself those valuable questions. And if you're not in joy, look at it and dig deeper. Is it because you're comparing yourself to other people? Is it because you're injecting other people's values, thinking you should be like them, and you're not doing your own path? Start asking those questions, and you'll notice some of the fears and anxiety and stresses start to subside. So guide your day by the question, does this bring me joy? And number three, I want you to stop worrying about the past and the future and live in today. And use this mantra knowing there is nothing to be afraid of ever. I'm going to say this again because to me it brings tears to my eyes to say this. When I'm stuck in a place of fear, I go, there is nothing to be afraid of ever. If you really grasp that the universe is perfectly aligned to support your optimal growth, would you be afraid? Or would you know that the challenges that are coming your way are for a reason? Would you know that the successes coming your way are for a reason? This is all to get you into alignment, into a state of grace, so that you can optimally grow. We grow, maximum growth occurs at the border of challenge and support. If you were always supported, always succeeding, you couldn't grow. If you were always being challenged, always feeling like you're down in the dumps, you wouldn't grow either, because you would be burnt out and feeling stuck and just pretty bad. So you need challenge and support to grow. So when you get in that state of fear, thinking everything's against me, it's all too hard, I want you to remember that you're being challenged to grow to the next evolution of yourself. And there is nothing to be afraid of ever. That is one of the most powerful mantras I can use. So remember, try to work and be in the present moment and think about what inspires you. Does it bring me joy? How can I serve masterfully? How can I just compare myself to me? How can you be your own measuring stick? And these are 3 tips to help you really start to let go of fear, to overcome that big obstacle that's really a habit in your mind. Mindset is a habit. So remember, when you're here with me, my goal is to help you overcome yourself to become yourself. So it's this idea that to optimize and to max your potential to thrive in your life and business, you got to start working on your mindset, and you've got to take strategic daily action to optimize yourself, to be the best you can be so that you can thrive in every area. And that's your choice. No one's going to do it for you. You can only do it for yourself. I'm glad you're here, because that means you're on the path. Reach out, leave some comments. I'd love to hear how these videos are helping you. These videos and this podcast are helping you. Please, seriously, also let me know some topics you'd like to hear about. I'm grateful for I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for you. And I hope you have an incredible week where you thrive and feel alive.